Alrighty guys, this is gonna be very special unboxing. It's definitely the first for me, so you guys gonna get the first impressions. I've never seen this knife in person, never handled it, only read stuff about it online. Everything I read made me very excited about it. I wanted to get it. I just hesitated for like 30 to 40 seconds before I placed an order. Everything about this knife screams to me that I should get it. I ordered it about like maybe 6 days ago. It's here now. The delivery was free from Buck official website. This is a limited edition Buck 501. Generally it's called a Squire, but this is a Larrin variant of that knife, which is a collaboration with Thomas Larrin, the inventor of the Magna Cut steel and the Buck knives. This is a limited run of 1,000 pieces. These 1,000 pieces are with Cocobolo scales. So they actually done this run a year ago with ebony wood scales. And that one was 800 pieces, and they also did a limited run with stag scales, stag handles. That's a buck. So basically like a buckhorn handles. That one was also limited run. I'm not exactly sure to how many pieces. And that one was actually significantly more expensive. That one was about $249. As of this date right now, you can still go online to the Buck website and order this knife. It's $149.99. If you think that's a lot, you might be right. For me, I made a decision. I paid my money, and now I have it. I'm very excited. It also comes with Buck's forever warranty, which kind of puts you at ease as far as, you know, buy once, cry once. So this is how it came in. This is a package from Buck, some warning tape. This carton has been sealed with pilfer-proof tape. If somebody knows what a pilfer is, please drop this in a comment. I don't know what that is. Let's open it up. A bunch of stuff on here, but all right. So if you go online, if you read about this particular release and the previous ones, a lot of people are complaining that the quality was hit and miss. Some people were really happy with this because the knife was perfect, and some people were unhappy. The centering was off, the lockup was not tight, some kind of defects on the blade. And so if that's what's gonna happen here, we're gonna see it together. But of course, fingers crossed, you always hope that you will get a perfect knife. So it does say Squire Cocobolo brass handle, bare head, whatever that means, in the shipping slip. All right, so this is the box. Buck Knives limited edition. Very nice box. You open up, there's the sleeve, just a sleeve. Inside we have a actual box. Okay. Oh, it's magnetic. And here is the thing. So this knife, the carry system is this pouch, the sleeve, which has a clip. It's proudly made in the USA. It does have the 501 stamped on the leather. This is a full grain leather that they kind of agreed on with Larrin and Buck together. So you have Larrin Thomas's Knife Steel Nerds logo, which is just a impression of some glasses and the Buck logo. The way they agreed on this sleeve is it's always open. It never is fully closed, which should help with kind of retrieving the knife, but also putting it back together. You don't have to like spread it out to get the knife in. It's already spread out, and you cannot close it. It will open up. So I think that's kind of amazing. The pouch is not perfect, as I can see. It has some deformity in the way it's made. Obviously, it's made by hand, and that's to be expected. I have zero problems with this at this point. In fact, I love this. This is amazing, and this is how the knife is going to be presented on your person. If somebody will see your knife, they will see this, right? So this looks non-threatening, right? And combined with the idea of this knife, which is a small knife, kind of like a gentleman carry, that should work very well. So let's put this aside and get to the actual knife. So this is certificate of authenticity. It says 1 of 1,000 produced. I sure hope it doesn't mean like this is number 1. Is this number 1? Did I get the absolute number 1? I don't think so. I think that's just how they word it. So you get 1 out of only 1,000. I think that's what it means. It's not gonna tell me which one it is. What is the actual number of this knife? I don't think. But it does, it's nice to get this certificate of authenticity. It does give you the model number, which is 0501. So the 501 is the actual model as it comes up. Famous forever warranty. Nothing wrong with this. In fact, that's a reason to buy an American knife. You pay a little more, but you get the forever warranty, which is what you want. Message from the Buck family. Oh, that's nice. CJ Buck, CEO and chairman of Buck Knives. So should I spend your time and read this? It does quote John 3:16, which is a very famous quote. A lot of people are quoting this, but I guess Buck Knives are impressed with that as well. So, and it actually says, "For God loved the world so much that he gave his only son, so that anyone who believes in him shall not perish and have eternal life." But the actual, that's not the message from CEO, obviously. The actual message says, as my father Chuck Buck would say, if this is your first Buck knife, welcome aboard. You are now part of a very large family. We think of each one of our users as members of the Buck Knives family, and we take care of our own. I think that's a great message, and that's it's very American in its you know, in the nicest sense, and that's kind of like what we want. That's kind of why we buy American knives. Let's get to the actual knife. And again, to me, the knife are these two things. It's not just this thing. So keep in mind, it's a package of these two things that are working together. But this is the knife. Nice pouch, kind of like Benchmade vibes from the pouch. It's got rubberized logos here. They're rubbery in texture. So on this pouch, it's really nice texture. The quality, yeah, the quality. Oh my God, am I ready for this? What do you guys think? I'm just gonna pull it out. The Cocobolo. Okay, so immediately some discoloration on the Cocobolo. I'm just gonna let it slide. I'm not gonna be concerned about this. I'm just gonna say it's perfect. Some discoloration, okay? Let's get some more light in here, okay? Hopefully that's not too much light. Let's bring it down. You guys can see okay? All right. So, Cocobolo wood is fine textured. Hopefully you can see the fine textures. Let's see if I need some more light. Okay, that's fine. It's extremely dense and oily. Obviously, there's no oil right now. It's been finished. with a distinctive odor. Nope, no odor. It's been deodorized by the manufacturing processes involved. And it's a decay-resistant wood, which is great. That's what you want. You want a decay-resistant wood because some woods are prone to decaying, unfortunately, but no problem here. And it's generally impervious to insect attacks. If insects attack your blade, then you may have a bigger problem than just decaying wood. It is used for architectural woodwork, turnery, tool handles, a knife is a tool, musical and scientific instruments, and cutlery handles. So don't be ordering a desk in this wood, right? Don't do what the Saul Goodman did. The hardwood of Cocobolo is typically yellow, orange, red, and brown with stripes of black and dark brown. So we can see this one is red-brown, light yellow, red-brown, kind of with a dark brown striping. Typical of Cocobolo. These are the brass bolsters. The decision was to, obviously the 501 is a knife in the family of Buck 110 knife, the famous hunter knife by the Buck knives, and the 501 was a smaller version of that same knife. However, with the Larrin production, they decided to go single bolster to make it look a little more classy instead of double bolster on either side. They also did this cutout differently. It's straight, very classy, very modern. The nail cutout, it's longer. Yeah, other than that, also it's got a clip point because the original 501 has a drop point. Let's open this knife, guys. It's open. Let me just... some people complained that over here it says MagnaCut, and they would rather see just the glasses logo without saying MagnaCut. I'm not gonna complain that way. I think it's perfectly done. It's exactly how it should be. Over here it says Buck USA, and again, that's what I want to see. To me, it's pretty much perfect. Let's do some specs on this knife. Obviously, it's a clip point blade. You can see it's a distinct clip point. There is some grime on this blade, which is okay. It's from the manufacturing processes, let's say. I'm giving it a pass. No complaints from me. Some grime over here as well. I'm just gonna clean it and forget that I ever found it like this. Okay? You guys may have a different idea of how you wanna approach your blades. This is what I'm gonna do. Let's try to close it. Let's see the action. Lock back knife, which is what made Buck. Oh, nice snappy action. Ah, nice snap. Okay, a little play actually, left and right, but no up and down. A little left and right, no up and down. Okay. This knife you won't be able to disassemble, and hopefully it's not gonna come to that for me. It is a gentleman carry, which means it's not gonna get a lot of action. It's just gonna be there when I want to go out, where there's a lot of people, and I don't want to scare them with a big, scary knife. I want, if I need to use a knife, I want to pull out something non-threatening looking, but capable at the same time and good looking. So let's see it, how it works in the pouch. Again, the pouch was cut out so that it would accept it without like any... I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly. Let's try it every different way and see which one works the best. I'm gonna say this is the best, but Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Let's see if I pull it out like this. That's a tip up, right? Which is what a lot of people are doing anyway. So you pull it out like this at a tip up. Yeah, that should work. Okay, in hand, feels very neutral. Neutral is the word. Kind of pleasant, neutral. Obviously, there's no pocket clip to worry about, which is what this thing serves as. This helps with styling, but also with the hand, the feel in the hand. Nothing to distract you for just feeling that handle, feeling that Cocobolo grip. Anyway, it's a good looking thing. I'm very happy. I'm gonna, I almost cut myself. I'm gonna declare that I got a good one here. The centering is spot on. Sorry for all the guys who didn't get a good one. If this will focus for me. Will you focus? Anyway, trust me that this this centering is spot on. I'm gonna declare that I got a good one, okay? Yeah. If you guys got a bad one, just send it back in. It will get replaced. You have a buck forever warranty with this purchase, so that's nothing to worry about. Let's do some more specs, okay? So obviously the blade steel is Magna Cut. It's a thin blade, which should help with cutting. It's less than 1/10 of an inch. It's in fact 0.095. The blade length is 2 3/4, and the closed length is 3 3/4. So if you guys know Buck Mini Spitfire, these are exactly the same specifications, because Buck Mini Spitfire, which is like a modern size blade, it has a like a log back, but in the middle, like a maybe mid log back, whatever. It also has 2 3/4 inch blade and 3 3/4 handle, right? The weight is 2.7 ounce. 2.7 ounce. I can hardly feel it. It's nothing. Not a big deal. Obviously, like the sleeve is gonna add to that. I don't know how much the sleeve weighs, but less than the blade. And together they might be maybe an extra ounce. Let's try it this way, you know. Should this be better? It doesn't kind of fit this way very good. To me, it feels a tip up. Tip up is the best way. It kind of feels like it was contoured to accept the knife this way. So if it goes in a pocket like this, something will stick out, right? But what should stick out is something that's very non-threatening. You hope, right? You hope. I would be very happy to having this like in my slack somewhere, at a wedding, you know, when I need to pull something out, I may pull this out, say, hey, I have a small blade here. Do you guys, let me just help you with this. Let's hide this. And this goes back in there. And yeah, off we go. Let's do some size comparisons. Some size comparisons before my whole contraption falls over. So I don't have the Buck 110, but you understand that this is a Buck 110 inspired design, right? So, but I do have that in something that was inspired by Buck 110, which is this Benchmade Crooked River. It's a full-size hunting blade. very inspired, very much inspired by the Buck 110. You have the same kind of design language here with the diamond wood and bolstering and the clip point blade. You know, obviously this is a full-size knife, same as the Buck 110. It's not gonna produce the same effect as this one, you know, in public. If you are trying to use this one as a gentleman carry, it's going to work much better than this one, right? In fact, I don't recommend to show this to people who are unprepared to see you with a knife out there. So let's compare it with something else. My goat that I really like and enjoy, the Reptilian. The Reptilian has 3.4 inch, 3.2, 3.4. Anyway, longer blade, longer everything, just bigger, wider, better. Obviously, this is what you want in a social setting. This is the knife, right? And I do have a whole Buck 501 hole in my collection where I need something like this. In fact, I don't have a gentleman carry. Well, now I do. Let's do some more size comparisons. This is a mini Adamas. This is the closest I have to a gentleman carry, and I did use it recently in a social setting. I was outside on a beach. It was a barbecue style situation, and there was a watermelon that somebody, and no knife, and I just pulled it out like this, and I said, "Hey, guys," and inside I was like kind of rejoicing in a way, because finally I get to use my knife. I said, "Hey, I have this small knife. Do you think it will work to cut up that watermelon?" And everybody looked at it, and it worked. It looked very non-threatening. Nobody knows what it is. They say, I try it, you know, it does look kind of small. I mean, we don't have any other options. I mean, go ahead. And sure thing, you know, a couple minutes later, that watermelon was properly sliced. Let's put it that way. And I was very happy I got to use it. I got to put it back in my pocket. Of course, I washed it with some water. It worked great, but that's not necessarily a gentleman carry. It's not going to work in all situations. On a beach, it might work because there's lots of space, lots of open space and everything. But if you pull it somewhere in close quarters, it now becomes a threatening appearance, right? All right, let's see what else we have. Micra? I think so. That's a fair comparison. It's a keychain-sized multi-tool from Leatherman. It's got a keychain adapter. Those work very well together, if I may say. What else is there to compare it with? I guess this is my EDC. I like big overbuild knives. This one is 5 ounces. This one is 2.7. Somehow this feels heavier than this, because for its size, this one is super light. And it does feel... It's crazy that this feels lighter, or at least the same. Actually, feels lighter. This feels lighter than this. It feels lighter. That's why, you know, I'm saying sometimes you cannot judge a knife just on its written specifications. Some things you read about. I actually fell in love with this knife when I saw it behind the glass at the sports goods store. I saw this, it spoke to me, and I was obsessed. I was thinking about this knife after I was able to handle it. It doesn't look anything special on paper or in videos or anywhere else, but it does speak to me when handled in real life. And when I say it feels lighter, it's funny how it does, but it's 100% does. I pick this up, it's lighter than picking this up, even though, of course, I'm spending more energy lifting this than this, because on paper this one is heavier. Anyway, so obviously different density of this stuff. You got brass, you got wood, you'll have the carbon fiber CF Elite thing that kind of fools your mind to think that you're handling something that's lighter than what it is. You have the proper knife here. Anyway, I think that's all there is to say, because this is really like a first impression. I'm gonna see how it works for me. Obviously, all the knives that I buy and get are for me to use. They're not necessarily to just be somewhere under a glass. I'm gonna use them. I'm gonna try to carry them. I'm gonna have them on my person. I'm gonna cut and slice and see how it works out. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in.